Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Scale Smart podcast. I'm your host, Jacob, and I'm also the founder of Next Scale Growth. Today, I have the pleasure of being joined by Michał Moroz, the CIO and co-founder of Makimo. Michael, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you very much for hosting me.
It's a pleasure. Michael, before we get into the flow of the podcast, I want to find out a little bit more about yourself and what your role consists of at Makimo. So do you mind starting us off by telling me more what you guys do and what your job role consists of?
Yeah. So by trade, I'm a programmer, and I started a company called Makimo. That company I started with two co-founders 15 years ago. What we do is that we consult with hard projects, basically hard IT projects. And there are a couple of things related to that, mainly legacy software, mainly working on developing new products, and we do that all in-house basically, and also helping with taking over the projects that were not developed properly and making them high quality, and also going into medicine, so into medical software as well.
Amazing. And what led you to actually co-found Makimo, Michael?
Yeah. So the idea about that was we've been somewhere in the university. So I think it was like on the third year of my graduate on my studies, and that was that start place where people would really grow to and aspire to be pretty much the best consultants in Poland, and to consult and to provide a high quality software for their peers, understanding their business, because that was part of the core of what we wanted to achieve, and that was the main idea behind that.
Amazing. And Michael, as the CIO and the co-founder,
Yeah.
what would you say is some of the toughest challenges you encountered from scaling from small projects to leading to a leading edge of digital transformation engagements? And also, Michael, what would you say are some of the biggest challenges you face now as well?
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with now. So one of the biggest challenges is the big transformation that is going worldwide with the rise of AI, and also a different approach to software development. And I would say that that this approach is something really interesting, because with the rise of AI, and with that being maybe not on the bus, but really going into the world for the past couple of years, I would say that that this is the tooling that also completely changes the way how we do software development, because a lot of mundane tasks are being not really outsourced, but supported with the AI. And that poses a couple of challenges. One challenge is, how do we educate a new generation of programmers? How do we keep profitable with that, what we already have? And the need for consolidation. I was hearing about that for many years, but yeah, there is a lot about consolidation of smaller entities into bigger firms.
And carry on.
Yeah. I can put a stop here. So if you want to add some question to one
Yeah,
of
yeah,
these,
yeah.
then we can
And
proceed.
what you guys do at Makimo as well, you offer consulting, custom development, and also AI prototyping.
Yes.
What do you guys do to stay ahead of larger companies or emerging niche players that are coming up?
hmm So there is a couple of things that can be leveraged here. One of them is another way of approaching the customer, and really putting a lot of focus into care about the client. So it's not just account based marketing, not just caring about the accounts. No, we need to think a little bit more. Maybe take a lesson or two from hospitality and try to think from hospitality industry and try to think how we can approach our clients so that they will be really trusting us and trusting us now and in the future. And that's one way to approach that. And for that, we basically are educating our pretty much all developers on the senior level and some developers on regular level in order to have and maintain a pretty nice and decent communication with our clients. So this is one of the answers to that question.
And you guys have got quite a strong client praise on Clutch for high quality, timely delivery and communication. And I think one thing I see companies struggling with is being able to maintain that reputation they've got. So how do you guys sustain that reputation as you take on bigger and more complex projects?
Yeah. So so there is a book written by, I don't remember the name, but the surname was Meister, about professional services. And in that book, there are two different ways. Actually, three, but I will present two on how you can run a professional services company. One is getting into brains, and the second one is getting into size, basically. And if you are going into size, you need to scale very quickly and go in order to reduce your administrative overload and overhead. So that's the way when you are scaling quickly. And in our approach, we are going more into the brains department of that, and it means that we are rising slowly. So right now the company is about 20 people, and in order to that, we need to keep growing. But one of very important aspects of that is like the personal mastery of your own skills, of your own expertise, and trying to find out how you can contribute to the world on your own. And that's one way to do that, and that's one approach when you want to build a company with brains in mind.
And
There is yeah. One addition to that, there is also a lot about setting standards. So like standards for the both behavior that is valuable in company, and also, for example, what do we expect from each other. And setting this standards really helps a lot.
I think that's a big thing which people neglect, is setting standards. And I think for yourself, Michael, and for a lot of people who are in the kind of senior leadership team, you obviously being in the C-suite and being a co-founder, you need to hold yourself to them standards. And I think people kind of look at themselves and think, oh, I'm in this position, so I just kind of do what I want. But if you have that mindset, then the people below you are going to have that mindset as well, and nothing's going to get done. And it's something you see a lot. And I was speaking to a CEO the other day, and he mentioned that in his last company, he had to move away because his co-founder almost got like too big for his boots. And he was thinking like everybody else was worse than him. He was just kind of sitting back. And then the rest of the team just kind of relaxed because he was so relaxed. And I'm all for different types of leadership. Like you see someone who is quite aggressive leader, someone's quite a passive leader, someone's quite a helpful leader. And I just think now being able to communicate things with people and showing yourself as a leader is going to make your team want to perform better, because they're going to want to work for you. And if your team doesn't want to work for you, they're not going to perform to the best of their standards. So I think that's a really great point you just made there. And going on to a different point now, Michael, based on like what you guys do, because from what I understand, you build, let's say, quite yet promising AI prototypes. So how is Makimo baking that AI innovation into the client engagements?
That's an interesting question, because you are speaking strictly about client's engagement, and I can answer from 2 points of view. One of them is that you cannot with AI, because it's relatively new thing. I mean, LLMs are a couple of years old, like convolutional networks, and things are 10 to 20 to 20 years old with more broad access. And when you are thinking about these things, there is a lot of, I would say, business acumen that you need to have in order to propose some solution that would fit the project, that would fit the market, and also that requires some research, sometimes a lot of research, in order to see what's already there, what might be the competition, and what they are doing about that. So that's one way when you are thinking about AI, it's to like propose solutions, and a lot of them, because everybody is thinking about implementing them, and everybody is trying to find the right combination of the things. And internally, you can think about optimizing the processes. So so the software development process, you can use AI-enabled editors, but for that, you'd also like to have a lot of tests developed for the projects, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to check whether the software is falling in quality or rising in quality. So that's one approach to that. And if you can use also AI and like make use of it in order to give you more ideas, find the other ways, and also to support like the usual processes, so sales, marketing, then that set of tools will help you a lot with making a broader impact on things, because it either will be faster or it will give you some ideas that you might not find on your own.
And just to finish up, Michael, I want to know what you've got planned for the future. What would you say are some of the goals you've got in terms of growing the company, expanding within the next 6 to 12 months or so?
Yeah. Okay. So right now we are building the capacity in order to build medical software, and that's related to a lot of regulations. So we are studying them right now, and getting into first projects related to the health tech industry. And that's one of the avenues that we are exploring, with the mindset that we are going to be the company that does things right. So focuses a lot of the reliability and quality of the software products that we produce. This is one of the main projects that we have right now. So I think that in 6 to 12 months, we will have some results concerning that.
Amazing. Well, Michael, thank you so much for joining me today on the podcast. It's been great speaking to you.
Thank you very much as well.
A pleasure. Thank you.